But even now I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give you. Jesus said to her, your brother will rise. Martha said, I know he will rise in the resurrection on the last day. My entire life, I have definitely always felt like an outcast to some extent. Definitely outside the fringe of things. In junior high and high school, I looked around at a lot of my peers and I felt that so many people were such incredible conformists to things. I connected to the punk rock scene because I felt like it was an immediate expression of tension that I felt as a young person, as an adolescent. Anxiety, that kind of isolation, that disconnection from people. My name is Father Kevin Kelly. I live in the community of the Oratory of St. Philip Neri at St. Peter the Apostle Church here in New Brunswick. My main ministry is I work at the Catholic Center at Rutgers University, serving the students. Before I was a priest, I was in a band called Chicken Scratch for about 8 years, described probably as a punk rock band. I would say with jazz improvisation and jazz timing sort of mixed into it. So it was a very strange, loud sort of thing. We recorded 3 CDs, we traveled across the United States 5 times and did a fairly extensive tour of Europe. We were like a college radio band, got played a lot and had a lot of write-ups in independent music magazines and different newspapers and things. And at the same time while I was playing in the band, I was living as a street artist in New York City, and that's how I made money to pay my rent and that sort of thing. So I was selling my work on the streets of New York, usually on weekends, and then at the same time playing and touring and going away. People can, when they think about punk rock and they don't know it, they tend to think of it as something that was kind of like a violent thing, has a violent tendency. The sound is loud, it's harsh, people are screaming. You see clips of concerts and people are smashing into each other and diving off the stage, and it just seems like a violent eruption. But even in the midst of all that stuff, I think it's a cathartic reaction to the world around us. I thought they were screaming and yelling and being angry and upset, sometimes in righteousness, about things that in our culture were unjust. Questions of faith were beginning to open up at the end of my time in the band, but it wasn't a choice of one over the other. The one thing was already over, and I had already kind of moved on. We want to know what the truth is. We want to find a path in life that's life-giving, that opens our eyes, that excites us, that helps us deepen our sense of compassion, hopefully, for humanity. I think for a long time sort of thinking that there would be a political solution to those things. And then over time you begin to realize politics don't serve it. They can help it, and they're important because there has to be some kind of structure to keep a society sort of together, so there's like some kind of glue. But there's something stronger than glue, and the thing that is stronger than glue is love. And when we come to then say, well, what is the nature of love, and why do we desire any kind of love, and why is that the thing that attracts us the most and potentially can hurt us the most, is because, for me, I came to understand that that source of that love was God. I don't live in the clouds. A real lived faith is lived in reality. You have to look reality right in the face and see what it is.
performance tonight, typical Father Kevin. Typical to his character, typical to his. That's kind of who he is. You know, it's part of his past, that kind of edginess, but also mixed with it, very good, solid spirituality too.
I was surprised because I never see him play the guitar and sing, and it was a big surprise. And I think he's very good.
There's a certain decorum, I think, that probably comes with the priesthood. That's good, and it's fine. But I don't think the priesthood is asking people to like squelch an element of who they are. It's not about burying my humanity. It's about raising our humanity up. Show me a painting of a beautiful flower, or maybe give me I don't know, like a Ramones CD. I'm probably going to gravitate to the Ramones CD because it's what I love. And when I hear it, it lifts me up. It frees me. It makes me feel excited about being alive. And for someone else, that flower would do it for them. Well, maybe that just doesn't do it for me in the same way. It's all a very logical progression. It all completely makes sense to me. It might not make sense to a lot of other people, but it totally, for me, it makes complete sense. I understand why I am where I am. And I understand how everything else in my life led to this.